Hi, this is Jessica Janowski. The theme for this 60-minute practice will be clearing the throat chakra, the Vishudda. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the throat chakra is right where your throat is, obviously. And if you touch your throat and you start to speak, you can really feel those vibrations that are resonating out. And if you turn and look at the back side, the throat chakra would be in the middle of your cervical spine. So right in the middle there is kind of where, and all around the cervical spine is where we concentrate on the throat chakra. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bones. When we're working with the throat chakra, if we have blockages or imbalances, this chakra has to do with our communication, not just the way we speak, but also the way we listen. So if you are blocked or imbalanced, a few things might be happening is you do not speak clearly, or you speak too quickly or too quietly. You don't speak so that you can be understood. Or you're speaking too loudly and your voice is trying to overpower other voices. You don't speak in with kindness if you're blocked. You, let's say, might not be a great listener, so you don't listen with purpose or intent. So anything that can block your communication, your ability to give information and receive information from others, this is really the center that we're talking about. And as we go through, we will work on certain yoga poses to enhance the energy flow in our throat chakra, our Vishudda. And we will work on unblocking any blockages we might have or balancing that throat chakra so that we can communicate with purpose, communicate clearly, communicate with kindness, and also listen well to others. Listen to try to understand, listen with compassion, listen with an open mind and an open heart. So these are the things we'll be working through today as we start. And one of the most basic starting things will be to work on our throat chakra is starting with neck stretches. So let's start by faded tone, listening for when you don't hear any more sound from the singing bowls. This is your first attempt at really tuning into that Vishudda with your listening ears. Beautiful. Let's take some deep breaths and let's send that energy into our throat. Inhale. And exhale, direct that breath into your throat. Inhale. And exhale. As we inhale, let's focus on thinking of kind words, passionate words, truthful words that we're going to be speaking. Inhaling, bringing in truth and kindness to our words, to our tone. Exhale. Letting go of harsh words, unkind words, untruthful words. And again, inhaling. Let's start with those and neck stretches. Left ear to left shoulder. Just noticing. And up, and right ear to right shoulder. Good, up again. And bringing the left hand above the right ear, if you choose. Sitting nice and tall. While we're here, let's mindfully listen with that right ear as it is exposed. Listening to the outside world, what can you hear? Without judging or placing any value or even labeling, just noticing some different sounds you might be experiencing wherever location you're at. Inhale, up, exhale, over the other way. Listening with intent, the left ear. Are there different sounds coming from those directions? What can you hear on your left side right now? Inhale, come up. Bring the chin to the chest. Letting the neck lengthen and stretch. Head comes back to neutral and then drop the chin. Draw the chin up to the sky. Head goes back to your back. Letting your lower jaw softly fall away from the upper jaw. Really exposing the throat here. It's vulnerable here. Exhale, coming up. Good, slow nose without moving your torso to the right. See if you can only move your neck here. Exhale, up and to the left. Good, let's repeat that by adding a little bit of a twist. Maybe engaging and pushing with the right wrist through the right knee so that you can really get a nice twist here. Exhale the other way. As if something interesting is drawing your attention now to your left and you're turning to look at it. Good. Exhale back through. Bringing the chin to the chest. Circles one way. And the other way. Feel the balance of going forward and then coming back. Maybe one more time around. Pausing it up, going the other way. The sound, balancing the throat chakras. Let's try a few. So we're just going to inhale, deep breath, exhale. Let's try it again, placing our hands on our neck and feeling the vibration. Inhale. Exhale. And let's do one more, really noticing the vibrations here. Maybe switching the way your hands went, just for fun, just to notice that there's a change in the way you feel the vibration by switching your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen, stretch, and reach. Hands go above the head, touching, and then bringing them at heart center. Bowing the head if you wish. Inhale, lengthen, stretch, and reach. Exhale. Inhale, stretch and reach. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale. 2 more now. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Last one, inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Beautiful. Hands going to wide V, right hand, left hand to right knee, right hand behind the back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Grow taller and go deeper. And one more, please. Beautiful. Lengthen, stretch, and reach. And twist the other way. Hands come on your knees. Let's bring our chest forward. And then let's squeeze back, really round like a cat here. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, pull it back. Let's imagine we're sticking our neck out with the words we say. Maybe they are not necessarily bad, but they are setting a precedent. And we need people to do that sometimes in history, right? So are we sticking up for what's kind, what's just, what's right? And then knowing when to pull back and be quiet. Inhale. Are you secure enough in your words that you can lead a charge of something that needs to be fixed? And then are you confident enough and stable enough and secure enough to be quiet and listen when it's not time to speak? So speaking strong words and listening to good messages. Let's move into all fours. Full side back cow. Oh, feels amazing. Mad cat. Full side back cow. Mad cat. And 2 more. Starting to wake up that spine, just noticing how that feels. Good, from here we're gonna roll down into our cobra. Cobra level 1, feet come together, hands are right underneath the shoulders and elbows are not sticking out, but they're drawing back. Shoulders down and elbows close to your body. Inhale, exhale, just lifting that head slightly, just starting to notice that back bend. And hands are not really putting any leverage into the floor. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale, medium cobra. So coming up part way, but you're still drawing those shoulders back and down. And exhale, stay at level 1 or level 2 or move to level 3. Inhale. Exhale. Cobra. Biggest one you got. Cobra pose, affirmation, my voice is strong. My voice is strong. As you say those words in this pose, notice the vibration. My voice is strong. Make your voice match your meaning. My voice is strong. Child's pose. Rest. Breathe. Coming into our forearm plank. Breathe here, just notice. Start to really squeeze your abs. Lower the knees down. Coming up onto the knees for Anjanasana, low lunge. Right foot comes forward and pushing those hips forward. Just notice here. Inhale, stretch and reach. Open the heart, open the throat. Exhale, moving back to half split. Grabbing those toes and pulling back to lengthen that calf muscle. Exhale, coming through. Low lunge with the knee off the floor. Breathe. Little pulses here. If that feels good, step back to plank. Okay, we're gonna work our strength here, not only in our voice, but also with our entire body. So we're gonna lower to forearm plank, one elbow at a time. Lower, lower, and come back up. Let's try that again, but lead with the other side. Lower, lower, up, up. We got two more. Lower, lower, up, up. You can be on your knees here if this is too difficult. And you can always just rest in plank or child's pose. Plank pose is not a rest, but you can stay in plank pose. Step the left foot forward. Anjaneyasana, low lunge, knee down, inhale. Sweep up, reach. Exhale, coming back into that half split. Pulling the toes back if that feels good. Just noticing that stretch in the lower leg. Exhale, coming up through. Low lunge, knee off the floor. Pulsing those hips if that feels good to you. All right, we got to repeat what we just did. Stepping back to plank, you're super strong in plank. Your voice is strong and you are strong. Leading first with the other side, it's 4 times. Down, down. Up, up. Switch to lead if you can. If this is too difficult, you're on your knees. Whatever you can do. After 4, regular plank hold. Breathe. And lower the knees. Good. Camel pose. I speak my truth. In camel pose, you can have your hands behind you. Pushing your tummy forward, bring the head back. Or you can put one hand down, then the other hand down, push your tummy forward, moving your shoulders back, letting the head just fall back. Squeeze your booty, exhale, come up. Nicely done. Let's put those into a flow. Okay, stepping forward, right foot, sweeping up, coming back down, moving into low lunge, step back to plank. Breathe, lower, hold, breathe. Coming back up, lower the knees, camel pose. Exhale, back up. Stepping forward with the left foot. Sweep to low lunge, knee down, chest up, pushing it forward. Exhale, coming down into low lunge with the knee off. So like really a runner's lunge. Stepping back to plank. Breathe. Lower to forearm plank hold. Push those heels back behind you. Coming back up. Breathe. On your next exhale, lower the knees. Coming back. Camel pose. Breathe, squeeze. Exhale up. Camel pose. I speak my truth. Ooh, nicely done. Okay, let's move into downward facing dog. Push the heels back. Walk your dog. Push the heels down. See if they get to the floor. If they don't, it's not a problem. Walk the feet to the hands in forward fold. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders back. Good job. Inhale, stretch and reach. Side stretch. Moving our body to the right, letting the hip on the left side expand laterally. Open leg. Exhale up. and over. Nicely done. Inhale back. Let's start our sun salutations. Airplane arms, swan dive, lead with your heart, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Half lift to lengthen, forward fold, go deeper, step back right. You're in lat low lunge, step back left, you're in that plank. I'll do crocodile first, but you're more than welcome to do chaturanga crocodile. Knees, chest, then push-ups forward into your cobra. Cobra pose. My voice is strong. Tuck your toes under, down, down, lengthen. Breathe here, 2 full deep breaths. Walk your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Breathe. Bend the knees slightly, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Keep your hips tucked under until you feel your spine start to strengthen and lengthen into neutral position with its natural curves. Beautiful. Inhale, stretch and reach. Let's go over to the left first. Left hand drops down. Right arm goes over to the left side. Feel that side stretch, just notice. Exhale, enjoy those stretches. Oh, they feel amazing. If you have been anything like me, on the computer way too much with all this Zooming and everything else we were doing during this epidemic, oh, feels good to stretch. Forward fold. Half lift to lengthen, forward fold to go deeper. Step back left foot. You're in runner's lunge. Step back right foot. You're in plank. You're super strong in plank. Nobody can break you. I'm going to do another crocodile. Knees, chest, scoot to belly forward. Moving into the cobra. My voice is strong. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Lengthen. 2 breaths. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Walk the feet to the hands. Inhale. Exhale, sweep to chair. Beautiful. Now some people like to have their feet apart in chair. So I encourage you to try that. I like mine together usually. Breathe. Putting the weight in the heels. Just notice. Let's try to stay here a few more breaths. Let's really activate those legs. Ooh, those legs carry us forward. Couple more breaths. You got this. You're doing great. Inhale, stretch and reach. Bring the palms together. Draw the line down the center of the body. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift to lengthen. Forward fold to go deeper. Step back right. You are in your low lunge. Step back left here in your plank. Breathe. Lower the right knee. Bring your left foot parallel and open up to gate. Yeah. Left hand is going to come out and over the head. Feel the difference in the hip here. Exhale, back up, back to plank. Chaturanga or crocodile. Breathe. How long can you hold this chaturanga before rocking yourself into the up dog or that cobra? Up dog, thighs off. Tuck the toes under, down dog. Lengthen, breathe, notice. Walk the feet to the hands. Whew. Inhale, exhale, chair pose. Okay. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift to lengthen, forward fold to go deeper. Step back, left leg. Runner's lunge, step back, right leg, plank, super strong plank. Push the shoulders away from the ears. Allow the left knee to come down, the right leg to come out. Moving into gate. First, bring the hand to the ceiling, opening up the chest, and then reaching it out past your head. Breathe and notice. Oh, that feels amazing. Back up. Coming back through your plank. Chaturanga or crocodile. Pushing through to that up dog. You can probably see this a little more clearly here. Breathe. Check your toes under down dog, lengthen. Walking your feet to your hands. Breathe. This time, let's sweep up to chair. Hold for 2 breaths. Exhale, extend. Bring the palms together. Go into seated spinal twist. Chair twist. To the right, so the left elbow is trying to come across the right neck. But if you can't make it there, that's okay. You're gonna go to wherever you feel you can. Let's open this up a little bit by bringing the arms in opposition. One to the sky, one to the floor. Coming back through, stretch up. Swan dive, forward fold, last sense out. Half lift to lengthen, forward fold, go deeper, step back. Right, sweep up into crescent moon. Exhale, come down. Plank. Chaturanga or crocodile. Tuck your toes under, down dog, and lengthen. Right leg high in the air. Step that leg, that foot, into a spider lunge on the outside of the right hand and pulse. Breathe. Notice the knee and ankle are in alignment. Lowering the elbows to the floor. If you can get them, I cannot. I'm working on it. Get one there. It's all about progress. It's never over. Oh, I'm getting closer. Coming up. Stepping back to plank. Downward dog. Walk your feet to your hands. This time in forward fold, if you want to add that waterfall, grabbing opposite elbows and pulling yourself down a little deeper. Breathe. Sweeping into chair, 2 breaths. You're doing great. You're doing awesome. Good for you. Coming up. Hands come together. Let's rotate in the chair to the left this time. Breathe. Notice. Bringing the arms in opposition if that feels good. Don't worry if you can't get one hand to the floor. I'm not even there. Just we're trying, we're practicing, we're growing, we're getting better at our poses. We're learning about ourselves. Forward fold. Step back left. Sweeping into that crescent lunge. Breathe. Nice job. Hands come down. Plank. Super strong in plank, nobody can break you. And chaturanga or crocodile. Opening the heart and the throat here. Check your toes under, down dog, lengthen. Left leg goes high in the air, 3-legged dog. Step it on the outside. Off the left hand for spider lunge. Inhale, exhale, starting to lower down. Notice if one side is easier than the other, that's okay. Coming back up, step back to your plank. Rock your hips back, downward facing dog. Walking forward, slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Shoulders back 3 times. Loosen up all those muscles in your neck and in your shoulders. Good job. Okay. Let's take a break and do a little tree pose here for balance. So even when we communicate, it's about balance. Left foot will be your grounding leg, your stability. Right leg will be your gesture leg. So putting or placing wherever you want. So as we balance and tree, maybe we think about the wisdom that nature provides us. The listening to the plants and the animals and what they have to say, because they really do communicate a lot with us. We can know when our houseplants need water by their droopiness or their lack of vibrancy with their leaves, the wilting that starts to happen. That's a form of communication. They're speaking to us, water me please, right? Exhale, come on, other side. Animals, they have a lot to say, even if they're not your pets, which we really know well. So, paying attention, maybe a bird has made her nest close to your house, and she's very watchful when you come around that area, right? And she might fly away if you get too close, but if she's looking at you and you're okay and you're keeping your distance, she might just stay where she's at, right? Really tune in to not just what you have to say, but with communication with the world, with others. What are they trying to tell us? And how can we hold space for them and be the listeners? Let's go through a flow. We're going to step back right to warrior one. Coming down to plank. Putting the knees down and moving into camel. I speak my truth in camel. Coming up, right foot forward, moving back into that crescent lunge. Breathe. From here, use your core muscles to end in tree. Exhale. Pose of stillness. I am enough. Let's do the other side. So we're stepping back, left foot this time. Warrior one. Breathe. Lowering down. Plank. Super strong in plank. No one can break you. Knees down. Camel. I speak my truth. Push the hips forward. Squeeze the booty. Exhale. Bringing the left foot forward. Moving into low lunge, or rather crescent lunge. Breathe. See if you can push this back leg even straighter. Using your core muscles, step into tree. If that takes you a few pop, pop, pop steps on the mat to get to tree, that's perfectly fine. Go where you're at. Exhale. Namaste. I am enough. We'll do one more flow and then we'll start to bring it down. Step back right, warrior one. Step, or bring the hands in, open into warrior two. Past your longest finger, breathe and notice. Flip, reverse warrior. Exhale, coming down into that low lunge. Step into plank. Lower, move back to cobra. Breathe. Child's pose. From child's pose, we're going to come up on our tippy toes, and we're going to move into a very low garland. I kind of hopped there. You can do what you need to do. Woo. Let's see if we can purposely draw our shoulders back and down, straightening up our back even more. Excellent. Moving into star pose. Take a break. Let your extremities reach out as your core stays center and stable. Moving your feet closer together. Good job. Inhale. I am enough. Exhale, step back, left leg, warrior one. Hands come in. Open to warrior two. Focus on what you want to say when you communicate with others. In warrior two, focus. First warrior. How can I always ensure my words are kind and purposeful? Good. From here, coming down. Woo. Plank. Lower. Inhale, cobra. My voice is strong. Exhale, child's pose. Breathe and rest. Inhale, coming onto all fours. Coming onto your toes and then hopping into that garland. Woo. Breathe. See if you can push your knees toward your elbows and your elbows push your knees even farther apart. See if that helps activate that really inner thigh. Come all the way up into that star pose. Let the belly rest here a little bit and extend out. Coming in to standing mountain. Tadasana. All right, our mantra here, our affirmation, I stand tall in words and deeds. Think about what that means. I stand tall in words and deeds. Our posture is such an important part of who we are and how we present ourselves to the world. In mountain pose, we are strong, we are tall, we are stable. We are not feeling bad about ourselves in Tadasana. We are feeling confident. Be confident in your words. Be confident in your deeds. If you do this with love and compassion, you'll never have any regrets. It's when we say things that we don't mean and when we say unkind things and hurt us that our posture becomes withdrawn because of our knowing that we are ashamed. So if we're always thinking first, how can I be my best self, speak my truth, but do it in a compassionate way? There's no reason to ever stand less than being a mountain and tall and proud. Coming down, let's work on some other things. So we've got upward plank. This is a great one for your arms, but it's also a great one for throat chakra. Proor, upward plank. So hands come behind you, fingers in your face, point forward. Some people like to have them pointing out, but they should not be pointing behind you. Okay? So watch the rotation of the shoulders when I do that. So they can point this way if you absolutely have to, or they can point forward, but not behind you here, because you're going to hyperextend your elbow. All right, ready? So let's do it in levels. Bend the knees, bring the tummy up, 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 squeeze the booty, and engage the triceps. So we're here. Pop, breathe, squeeze. Level one, and you can stay here. So, Purvottanasana, upward plank. My words come from my heart. Look how your heart is open here too, right? Your words come from your heart. Coming down. Level one again, or level two is much harder. You're going to use your heels. You're balancing on your heels and your hands. Inhale, exhale, up. Some people like to look at their toes. Some people, I prefer to open my throat here since we're working the throat chakra. My words come from my heart. Exhale, lower. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to work the opposite of speaking now. We're going to work on some listening skills. So shoulder stand, supported shoulder stand. The mantra is, I listen mindfully with intent. As we get into shoulder stand, let's talk about how fun this can be if we think about it. So we're going to roll one vertebrae down at a time. Hands come down. Legs go to the ceiling like you are in legs up the wall. Even if you stay at legs up the wall and you choose not to go into shoulder stand, that's fine. Let's imagine our legs are an antenna, and antenna is a receiver, right? So we're receiving what others are sending us. Now, inhale, exhale. Come up, I listen with intent. The intent really comes from trying to understand the other person. So you're listening compassionately. Take a few breaths here. What do you notice? What are the noises you can hear right now? Breathe. Exhale, roll down into boat pose if you can. If you need to take a few steps to get that head side, breathe. And lower. Okay, next we're gonna work on Halasana plow pose. And first we're gonna do a little flow. So we're gonna do our shoulder stand and we'll move into plow by hinging at the hips. Plow pose reminds me, I'm gonna say this here because it's hard to say, to talk on your actually in plow. It crunches up our throat, right? So it's another listening skill, knowing when to be quiet, not talk, knowing when to listen. So I know when to keep quiet and listen instead. That's our mantra. I know when to keep quiet and listen instead. Let's start in boat. Lower the legs, roll one vertebrae down at a time. Hands come down, legs come up, legs up the wall. Inhale, exhale. Supported shoulder stand. I listen with intent. Inhale, exhale, going into your version of plow. Your legs can stay straight. Or you can bend your knees if you need to. Do what feels okay for you. Breathe. I know when to keep quiet and when to listen instead. Back up through shoulder stand. Roll the boat. Breathe. Exhale, lower the legs. Nicely down. Coming all the way down. And your Shavasana. We're not quite there yet. We're just going to get started with some leg stretches, bringing the right knee in. Moving that leg out to the side of the bent knee. Exhale, lengthen the leg and reach onto that leg wherever you can grasp. Pulling the leg closer to your face, your torso. Flex foot. Just notice. Bending the knee again and pulling it over to the left side for a spinal twist. Head can look at your right. It can look at the ceiling or it can look toward your left. It depends on what feels good to you. Exhale up. Let the leg come to the ceiling. Slowly float it back down. And as it rests, go ahead and just wiggle your ankle here and there, little circles if you want to, and then the other way. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bringing that left leg in. Squeeze, breathe. Allowing that leg to open to the left. With the bent knee, as far as it will go, be fine. Not a problem. Exhale, bring the knee in, lengthen the leg. Reach wherever you can to draw that leg closer to your face. Wherever that is fine. Hands can be behind the thighs, behind the calf, at the ankle, at the toes. You can have a strap if you have one. If you don't have a strap at home, you can always use a tie or a belt. That works great too. Bring the knee in and then across to the right side. Head is going to turn whichever way feels good to you. To the left will be the most deepest twist of the spine, or looking at the ceiling, or looking toward the right. Exhale. Lengthen the leg and slowly let it float back to the floor. And when it's there, maybe you want to let the ankle go left to right a few times or roll it. Whatever feels good. And now melting into your Shavasana, your final relaxation. Giving yourself a few stretches if you need to get comfortable. Preparing for our meditation. I will guide you through my Sukhasana. At the end of the meditation, you will hear a slight chime from the singing bowl. Today we worked on the Vishudda Chakra, the throat chakra. Purposely and intently trying to bring awareness to our communication skills. What is our tone of voice sounding like in certain situations? Are we always speaking from a place of kindness and compassion? And we don't always, because we're human, so we don't recognize that. But are we being mindful enough to recognize when we're being cruel and unkind, unproductive, unhelpful, hurtful? And when we are mindful, maybe we have the guts enough to apologize to whoever's getting that unpleasant message from us. Or maybe we're not quite there yet to apologize, but we recognize it and we work harder to not let it continue to happen. Are we the kind of people that can really listen without interrupting and try to understand somebody else's points of view, even when we don't agree with them? Can we be tolerant and respectful to save space for their truth, recognizing that their truth is based on their experiences? We are not them, and we have no right to judge them. They are entitled to their voice. Using your voice to be clear, strong, purposeful, and kind is a gift. We're going to go through a set of 3 mantras. Inhaling. Exhaling. For the next few minutes, focus on the affirmation, I speak clearly and purposely. Inhaling. Exhaling. I speak clearly and purposely. Inhaling. Exhaling. I speak clearly and purposely. Take a deep breath in. Let's refocus to our listening skills. I listen with an open heart and an open mind. Inhaling, bringing the energy to the ears this time. I listen with an open heart and an open mind. Inhaling. Exhaling, I listen with an open heart and an open mind. Inhaling and exhaling. And one more affirmation for today we'll spend a few minutes on. I speak my truth. Inhaling. Exhaling. I speak my truth. Inhaling. And exhaling. I speak my truth. Slowly start to bring some awareness back in your body. Maybe you're squeezing your fists for a few breaths. Exhale, release, and wiggling your fingers, making circles with your wrists one way, the other way. Maybe you're squeezing your abs super tight, rolling your hips under slightly, squeezing your booty. Exhale, relax. Let the belly go loose. Good. When you're ready, you're going to slowly make your way back to Sukhasana, easy seat. You can rest on your side first if you choose. And when you're ready, bring hands together. Let's really set our intention for today to, for one day, listen intentionally with an open heart and an open mind, and only speak truth, but with kindness, integrity, and purpose. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the Vishudda Chakra, concentration and focus. Thumbs to your forehead. May I know my truth. On your eyes, may I see my truth. On your lips, may I speak my truth. And on your heart, may I feel my truth. Namaste.